Come on. How you want it, cognac or Patron? Brunch with the boys, we gon' give you what you want. And what you don't know, we about to put you on. Come on. How you want it, cognac or Patron? Brunch with the boys, we gon' give you what you want. And what you don't know, we about to put you on. Yes, we are the trending topic. Good relationship profits. Brunch with the boys, we the hottest. Brunch with the boys, we the hottest.
Yo,
We hot though. We are hot though, aren't we?
it ain't hot boy summer yet. But.
Man, welcome to another episode of Brunch with the motherfucking boy. I don't know what they talking about. I'm hot. It might be because of this hoodie.
Yeah,
I
it's
got
probably
on,
that hoodie.
Yeah, but we ain't hot.
No, you gotta take that.
Are we city boys or no? No, I don't know what that means. I want to be cool though.
Depends what the weekend is.
Really? The singer?
Yeah.
Or you talking about the actual weekend?
No, the actual
So you
weekend.
gotta ask a lot of questions nowadays. You got some weird ass names
No,
out
the
here.
actual weekend.
Yeah.
What's good, everybody? Jesus, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talking about sex.
He got a white. He got a white sleeveless hoodie tee.
Oh yeah,
Very crisp. I tell you, that's the first time you wore it.
Don't hate. Yeah, I just copped this.
I can tell. 'Cause you know, white get dingy quick.
It does. It's bright white.
Yeah. I can tell it's relatively new.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead. What's up, Jen?
He stole it from me. I tell you that.
Did
I
he?
did it. You couldn't fit this size.
Oh,
No offense.
well, that's hurtful.
Jesus.
I'm just keeping it real.
It's too early.
Was
for
that a medium?
It is. It is. Hold on now. The way I feel like you said that a little
No, just-
disrespectfully. Okay.
I assumed.
I'm a slimmer dude. I'm a slimmer dude.
Yeah. You're gonna live a long time.
Yeah.
Live a long time.
It's Mr. Jen out here, and we have a guest today. And before we get into that, we are going to break down into our best segment, most popular segment. This is a Sex and a Mimosa.
Oh wow.
And we are going to be talking about intimacy, and who we have here today. She goes by Brown Sugar.
Brown sugar, babe.
Saying.
I get high off of love, but don't know how to behave.
I like how you took the bass.
Had to. He had already went for the falsetto. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was already up there.
And so she has a business called Intimacy Essentials, and she is a certified sexual wellness and intimacy coach, all about pure romance consultant and an events planner. She has been in the industry for 20 years, combining her knowledge, skills, and experience to create a safe space for her clients. In her coaching practice, Brown Sugar combines sexual health information, products and techniques to counter health issues that may affect the libido.
Don't do that.
And create friction in relationships. But the ultimate goal is to reprogram how we approach the development of healthy relationships by focusing on intimacy, which we'll be focusing on, and pleasure, not just sex. Thus providing solutions that are sustainable for a beautiful relationship and its longevity.
That sounds good. I wonder if a man can have this job. I just feel like a man might not be let into the home, into that intimate,
Well, let's
just curious.
Let's say hi to Brown Sugar
Yes,
first.
Please. Just wondering.
Hey, Brown Sugar.
Hi guys, how are you? Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, we appreciate you coming.
Oh,
through.
look, it's sugar. Yeah. Okay, Queen. We see you out there. I like that. Thank you for joining us this evening. We're so happy
A
to
little
have
bit of spice.
Fantastic. So thank you for joining us on Sex and Mimosa. So, I like to always open it up by just asking our guests, what are you excited about, especially in regards to, your business and the services associated with it?
I think I'm most excited about officially launching my coaching business because I've been doing it like for a long time, but I haven't really been focusing on the coaching aspect as far as the business. It's always been a combination of, but my passion is really in the coaching side of it.
Cool.
Sounds good. All right, so we want to get right into it. We're going to talk about, obviously, intimacy and the impact, on your physical and emotional relationship. Now, there are different aspects or different types of intimacy. You have your emotional, you have your physical, which everyone loves, at least all men love the most. But you also have the mental and the spiritual. Now,
before you continue, can I ask a question? Can we, and I'm going to say this, and I want you guys and Brown Sugar to keep me honest. I just want to make sure, because we're talking about the different types of intimacy, but I want to make sure that we define just in general intimacy, right?
What it is.
Right. Is it? And I don't know. I'm sure you have a definition, but just my layman's definition is probably, I would say, a closeness that is genuine and, I don't know, like unique. Like you're not intimate with everyone,
Yeah,
right?
I,
So
I
like,
would call it a sincere connection of any kind.
you don't think connection's too general a word?
But
I got
that's
a
just
connection
it.
with a lot
We
of
can
people.
connect in a listen. You can share intimate moments,
Without having an intimate
without having an
relationship.
intimate relationship.
I feel
you know
on
what I
that.
mean? So
I got you.
Well,
yeah.
we'll ask the professional.
Yeah. How do you
Subject
define
matter expert.
intimacy? Yes.
That's the thing, and it's gonna sound very weird. I'm
It
pretty
does.
sure, but I typically don't.
Mm.
I can't
Don't.
I
Oh, wow.
can't define what intimacy is or mean to you,
Yeah.
right?
Only you
Because
can. Mm.
yeah, I can't, because what I might define intimacy with one partner might not be necessarily what I would define intimacy with
For
another.
another. Yes.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
It is
So
customized to your.
That's why you need many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
That's
not what
not-
she's saying.
She said-
though.
that's not what she's saying.
That's not what she's saying.
So
at
I'm
all.
misinterpreting.
That's-
You always tend
That
to
does sound
misinterpret
fun,
it.
but that is not what she's
Okay.
saying.
Okay.
But
we'll be
listen,
clear.
I am not against polyamory in any way,
Okay.
shape, or form.
Okay. Okay.
If you can handle all of that energy
Yeah.
and you can reciprocate,
It's not made for every man.
Yeah, I can't
Every
handle
man.
it.
You couldn't handle
Yeah,
it,
I'm
bro.
a bad
I think I
guy.
could take up to 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, you a battery.
listen.
Yeah. I could definitely handle 2 for sure.
If,
Yeah,
if you
anything-
can handle it,
Yeah.
it can be an amazing thing.
You ain't lying.
Yeah. It really
Right.
could be.
And I'm
Hey,
not
this gonna
talking
get dangerous. So we need to.
Okay, so so I want to get into the 2 less popular types of intimacy, because obviously I can't wait to dive into the physical. But the first one is the mental intimacy. Intimacy refers to sharing your ideas, opinions, and life perspectives. It may also involve intellectually challenging each other and being open to learning, or at least considering the other person's ideas. I put in a side note: when you fuck her mind, the pussy will follow. Now that we'll fall into the pussy later.
Okay.
But my point is, if you don't mentally challenge a woman, if you don't mentally get in her head and fuck with her, you know what I'm saying? You're not even gonna get in there.
I don't think that's the right word to utilize. with
Okay,
that.
go ahead.
Well,
Give
I
me the
wouldn't
right
say-
word.
I wouldn't say fuck with her, but
Yeah.
what I would say is, when you find out what's most important to a woman, and let's just use aspirations as an example.
Oh, that can't be what's the most important to her.
No.
But go ahead.
I mean,
Maybe it is.
It,
Yeah.
it depends on who you're
Yeah.
talking about. But if you understand what's important to her and you feed that,
Yeah.
and you take a heightened interest in that, and you let's say parlay all your resources into that as well, there's nothing more probably attractive to a situation. It's an intimate connection I think you're making when she feels like she's being fed something that's important to her. That's
right.
Yeah.
I know you'll
I
feel
You
bet
talking about mentally, right?
Yeah, mentally.
no, we're on
Yeah.
the mental. Again, we're
Yeah.
not on the physical
Yeah,
yet. You gotta
we're
wait a
on
little
the
bit.
mental.
You gotta wait a
sorry.
little bit, bro.
I'm sorry.
Do men care as much about the mental intimacy early in dating, or does that come later in a relationship?
I definitely don't. And listen, obviously we're speaking generalities,
Yeah.
but I definitely don't think
Sugar
that men
said
care.
no.
No,
Listen,
no.
I'm with her. And I'm
It was a
about to-
rhetorical
I'm
question,
Say
but
this, and
yeah,
I
go
want to hear
ahead.
from her. But I definitely don't. And I think most men are very, very simple in the early stages of a relationship.
Yes.
There's some very primal needs and wants that we have.
I agree.
And once we define, or once we, I guess, discover whether or not that woman can provide those very primal needs and urges, then the other shit starts.
Then we start to
gain more
consider it.
importance.
Yeah,
Correct,
we start
correct.
to look at the other aspects.
just had
of
that
it.
conversation.
We did in outside. Yes, we did.
What say you, Brown Sugar?
I have a kind of different view to
Okay.
a certain extent.
Mhm.
Flat out, I'll say no. However, it depends on where he is in life. It depends on what he's looking for. So you have, because as much as men want to claim that they're not as emotional as women are,
Yeah.
my opinion, men are a lot more emotional
In some aspects, yes, I agree.
in every
Yeah.
aspect.
In every aspect, you take.
But you know,
God damn.
I like that. I like that because just a word. I think a lot of times men,
Yeah.
people, but men in particular, they say emotional and they mean those stereotypical soft emotions.
Yeah.
But emotional isn't just sympathy or empathy or sadness,
Facts.
right? It's also anger, it's also jealousy, it's also control and passion. It's all those things.
Yeah.
And if you look at a whole picture
Yeah.
view of emotion, of what emotions are, men are just as emotional as women are.
We were just talking about this outside as well. I was like, bro, you know, I'm super emotional,
Yeah.
but it is a different type of emotional. You know what I mean? I still think logic leads for a man when he's emotional, whereas, well, I shouldn't say he's emotional, but more than emotions, whereas a woman tends to lead with her emotions, you know?
Yeah.
I disagree.
You disagree? You think women lead with logic? Come on now.
So let me
you
so let
got
me
a
tell you. So let
non-believer.
me tell you the difference, in my opinion.
Okay.
Women, when it comes to logic and emotions, are a lot more balanced. But not just, of course, it's not all women.
Mm-hmm.
A
It ain't
woman
most
who's
of them.
about something, a woman who is more intellectually intelligent, a woman who is more emotionally stable would be more balanced, because we're human beings, so we can say one is more emotional than the other. A lot of people tend to forget that every reaction, it stems from somewhere, and it's an emotion. So you ghost her because you were feeling some type of way for whatever reason. It's an emotion. You know what I mean? So
I don't know that I agree. I feel like women are planners. I think women are manipulators. I think they go into relationships with men and they have a plan of attack, so to speak. So in that way, they are more logical. They're more methodical. You
in
know what I
what regard
mean?
would you say?
Yeah, they're more methodical. However, within the relationship, they are in no way more logical than a man. They lead with how they feel. They lead with how
So,
you make them feel.
so this
So
is the
that
thing.
is
Are we
not
talking
logic
about
at
dating?
all.
But are we talking about dating? Are we talking about courting? Are we
Let's say
talking about
dating, let's say relationships, let's
Right.
say anything.
Right.
If a woman is interested in you and you're dating her, she is leading with emotion. She's leading with how you make her feel, and that's going to matter to her more than the logic aspect. Whereas a man, if it doesn't make sense, that's where you lose us. And that's just,
actually
I've
think
never seen anything work differently than that.
that's not necessarily untrue,
Okay.
but I think we look at it and we understand it a little bit differently than most.
Yeah.
It's more so that women are not afraid to be vulnerable, whereas men aren't as easily, you know,
You don't
I don't
open
want to
up
say
as easily.
I'll
manipulated.
agree with that piece though.
Exactly.
Most times.
So because women are, especially if you meet a woman who already knows, this is where I think a lot of guys get it. They allow their ego to get in their way of a potentially good and healthy relationship, is that they feel that because she isn't making his life hard, she isn't making him work too hard for her attention or her affection, that she's easy. No, I that's one thing that I'm always confused about when men say they want a woman be his piece. You have a woman coming to you from jump being your piece, and you're saying she's too easy.
No, those
She's
are
not
immature men. That's not the norm.
I'm
I
talking
know
about
we
like,
have to
well,
speak
I
about the
date men.
generalizations, and I agree with that. But on this podcast, we only know how to speak from our perspective, unfortunately, and I just don't know a man that moves that way. You know what I mean? Would you agree?
I know a lot.
Yeah, that's
A
tough
lot
to.
of men.
I feel your
It may
pain.
not necessarily say it in that way, but
Yeah,
what I do notice is that a lot of men, like I've dated guys because I didn't play the game. I didn't like not answer when they call or have them wondering what I'm doing
yeah.
or not make myself available. They felt like, oh, I actually
Because you
had
were
one
accessible.
person.
Do you
Yeah,
keep a girl around, Des, if she's harder to get? Does that make you want to reach out and say, hey, let's link up because she's always busy? I don't know if it works like that for men.
No.
Not,
it's not that she's always busy. Is that, like you said, women
It's
are
the
very
game.
manipulative.
they are.
It's the game.
Women are very calculating.
But that's
So
how
if
you
you
lose. I mean, everything I know about you, if I call a girl and twice she can't make it and she seems disinterested, even if it's slightly, I'm gonna forget about her.
Yeah.
I'm moving on.
I
You
don't
have
think
to.
You know what I mean?
accessibility
So
means.
I agree.
I don't know
Hello.
what that looks like.
Accessibility doesn't
that a
mean
rule?
she's
Yeah.
easy.
Is
Say
that
it
a
again.
rule? No, is that a rule that if you
I
fall
wouldn't say that it's a rule. I think you feel it out and everything's case by case. But if I would speak for the majority, yeah, if I make an effort once or twice and you turn that down for whatever reason, I'm not going to continue to pursue you because you clearly don't want to be pursued. I'm persistent, but to a point. It's only foolish and simp like if I continue to come at you and you turn me down. I'm not going to keep moving that way.
I feel a little bit
Got
of, I
options.
feel a little type of way because sometimes I'm that girl.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Well, that's fine.
I'm just
And
genuinely.
you'll miss out on the experience. That's just a
I'm not
risk
gonna
you have
lie.
to take.
I'm pretty sure that I probably have missed out on good potential situations because of that. But it wasn't because I was trying to not be available. It was genuinely because number one, I'm the type of person like I like to have conversations, right? So I'm paying attention to everything you say. I'm paying attention to, like, for
Yes.
example, if we meet online, I personally hate, and it's just a pet peeve of mine. I hate when guys ask me redundant questions. Like I have a profile. There's certain information that's already on the profile.
What do you
So you
do for a
trying to tell
living?
me,
What do you do for a
like,
living?
Oh, you one of them.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like there's certain things that's already literally
Yeah.
there. It's just there.
But
And you
Those
want to tell me
guys don't know how to hold a conversation though.
Well, that's also
you
looking
will be
for a problem that doesn't
surprised.
exist. Like, look, man, I hear what you're saying. Oh, I already wrote it, so I'm not gonna answer any questions that's on my page. Whatever.
Now, I
Like,
don't mind
if you want the
answering. It's
experience,
the
if you
repetitive.
want the experience with the man, then you'll answer the very simple question that you've already addressed on your page because it's not that important. You're more interested in learning to understand who he is and getting to know him. If you are willing to write off an opportunity to meet someone because they didn't read something on your page, and I know I'm pinpointing this example because it's the one we made, but my point is something, in my opinion, that's so mundane. Then like it's kind of like you playing.
Yeah.
Like you ain't really trying to meet
But
nobody because it's
remember,
already difficult to meet somebody. So if your method of shunning away potential suitors is something so insignificant, then are you really looking for somebody?
Yeah.
I said it's a pet peeve of mine
Yeah.
because I don't like
That's
to
what I'm
keep
addressing.
repeating myself. Because this is the thing. It's not that okay, because if someone was to just randomly send me a message, sometimes I don't always look at their profile. So I get that too. Because a
So
lot of the
maybe that's the
times,
case. Yeah.
no, yeah, because a lot of the times I'm not
Course.
gonna lie, I don't want to be influenced. You might be handsome, and I might be like,
Thank you.
damn.
Yeah.
But I want to know. But I also want to know that we can have a conversation. So when people inbox me, for example, online, I talk to them before unless like I'm familiar with you, I speak, I have conversations before. So I get that men do that too. But what I'm saying is like sometimes time might pass, or we might be talking every other day, but you're asking me the same question every
feel you.
single
This
time.
this
I feel
goes
you.
to speak, and you confirming before we move on the importance of the mental aspect of intimacy. The reality is, a woman wants to be talked to. She wants you to bring her into your world. She wants you to open her mind, challenge her thoughts, and that is another way you can find a connection and a closeness with her. I think we'd all agree with that.
I would add a little bit to that in saying that it's really as easy as paying attention, being attentive. Like
Definitely.
I again, it's not really a pet peeve because I don't necessarily like to date a lot. I like formally. I don't like. I don't. I'm
And
not
a quick tip to the fellas: the more attentive you are, the quicker you get the pussy. So hey, maybe you want to pay attention.
It's not even about that because sometimes you might have a guy that's paying attention,
It
but
is for them. I'm just letting them.
the chemistry is not there.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is lead because sometimes that's how you build a foundation.
Yeah.
So it could just be because all of my past relationships, we had a foundation. So it wasn't just like, oh, da 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 da. Because I see a lot of guys that I'm attracted to, but that's where it begins and ends.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, you fine, but
Yeah. And to be fair, you
And
don't
then
always talk to them to know what he is. But I want to ask this question
Big
to
time.
slightly move on.
Because we're focusing
Yeah,
we're focusing on sex and how this
We do,
intimacy
and we're headed there right now.
Actually helps.
We headed there right there. Boys, now you pushing sex.
No, I'm just telling you.
Let the record show. Jeezy was ready to talk about feelings and emotions.
And we
I
need to
want
be
some of that
talking about
love
how
that
this
Mr.
at the
Jen
end
get.
of the day,
Fuck
that's
with
where
this.
it going.
Okay. No.
Well, that's what sex and mimosas is
I want to
about.
ask everyone the question. When you think about your most intimate moment or the top intimate moments you've ever had, have they been more based on the physical intimacy or the emotional intimacy?
Emotional.
Yeah.
I'm so surprised.
So surprised.
Really?
Low key though. I mean,
Because I'm being honest, right?
yeah.
I think he's a gentle thug though.
What? That's tough. I don't think I'm a thug or gentle, but
yeah.
I appreciate the synopsis.
I think he has the mean, you know, like how women have the resting B face.
Yeah.
I think he has that mean
hate
look,
them,
but
by
he's
the way.
like a teddy bear.
I don't think
Yeah.
I have a mean
No,
face.
no,
though.
you have a rested
I
bitch
think
face,
my-
Brandon.
She's
Say
just saying,
something.
yeah.
Kind of you kind of have an intimidating.
Yeah,
look.
he probably whispers nothing
Until
but
you
sweet
see
nothings
she's
on old girls. They're
Yeah,
like,
'cause that's
nothing,
me.
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
not him, that's what I'm saying.
let me expound on that a little bit. Like I've had physical interactions and physical experiences that I'm like, yo, this feels amazing.
amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
But I would be on if I'm gonna be honest, and I'm not saying it's the same, but like I've also gotten a thrill riding a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Right? That's a physical thrill, right? Or riding a motorcycle. So what I would tell you is the emotional intimacy, I would say, has been the most impactful for me because it is something that is not easily replicated.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real vulgar for a second. There's a lot of girls with good pussy.
Yeah.
Fat
Facts.
ass,
Tons
titties,
of 'em.
thighs,
Yeah.
you know, that dark part in the middle because they rub together.
Oh,
that.
yeah,
You don't.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was unnecessary.
I like
Sloppy
that.
mouth too.
I like that.
Sloppy
but
mouth.
so this my but here's my point. That is much easier to come by
Yes.
than a person that can first off allow you to feel emotionally available, right, and invested enough to be that vulnerable with them, and for them to then have the insight to be able to say and do things with you in that moment that make you feel like they really fucking feel you.
to let you in.
For sure.
And I know I usually say let you in, I'm thinking sexual, but no, if a chick can let you in to how she's feeling her
And you
past.
feel the same way.
Oh
You feel
yeah,
willing to let her
if you're
in.
willing to let her in, and,
Right.
and she's sharing things that have hurt her years ago, and she's become so vulnerable. You're asking the right questions. She's so vulnerable. She's sharing things that she never even anticipated discussing on a date, and you bring that to her. But nothing is more connecting than that type of vibe.
Let me piggyback off that, and I would tell you, she talked about Brown Sugar talked about, you know, like people not reading her page and their pet peeves, and I got on her a little bit, but I owe her an apology because we all have our pet peeves, and I would tell you one of mine is, you know, when I've been in a situation where I was dating or something like that, if I was on a first date and I figured out in the first 30 minutes. This person doesn't have any substance.
Yeah.
There's nothing that mentally we can connect on and really vibe on and really expand upon. It don't matter how fine she was.
Yeah.
I've never really ghosted anybody, but I have told really pretty girls this ain't gonna
Yeah.
work, and it is nothing that you can do about it.
Do you have to
because
explain to them this after the why behind it, or do they just
typically because the ones I'm explaining it to aren't that deep, so they
Yeah.
need a little bit more detail. You know what I'm
And
saying?
then I used rejection because they
Hell
come.
no.
Let me
Because
ask you
they're
a
fine.
quick question
Because
about
they
this,
come
Brown
on their
Sugar.
luck.
Do you have to give a woman insight into the why you no longer want to deal with her? Why you don't see a future with her?
or should you?
Should you?
It depends on your connection. If we
Yeah.
just and it's the first date and we didn't have like a conversation
Yeah.
or like like we haven't been communicating say like for a couple of weeks where we have like an established something there.
Then you don't owe her
You
anything.
don't owe her
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Mm.
But at the same, and it
Thank
also
you.
it's not even that you even
Makes you
not
feel good.
that you're not interested. Sometimes these women know.
Yeah. They know.
You
Yeah.
know, it's like they like to play dumb, but they're not that dumb.
Damn,
Like
you right.
they
I'm
know.
willing to bet most women know when they have a man in their life that they technically shouldn't be able to get. You know, no, seriously, like,
Explain that.
Friends that we all do at some
yeah,
point.
yeah. I just feel like when you level up. You know what I mean? Like if I'm an unattractive man and I get a bad bitch, there's this beautiful woman on IG. I wish I knew her name, but it's this Asian Filipino. She's with this buck-toothed white dude, bald head. You probably seen it. Skinny, look like he's sickly, but he got this bad chick. Bruh, he knows he should not be with her, you know? And I do believe women know they have certain men in their lives that's dealing with them, and they know they really can't obtain them and keep them.
Though. Because sometimes it's like we think we look at the physical and we just assume, yeah, that was something wrong with that picture. But you would be surprised how, because remember, a lot of the
Yeah,
times
we
it
would
depends
be.
on how old you are.
Exactly what we're saying.
Depending on how old you are and your past experiences with relationships, sometimes you make a connection, and the
She has
thing
a
that
point.
might be most
Yeah.
important to you is what connected you to that individual that
She's right.
initially you're probably like, oh no, I could never see us together,
Yeah.
She's right.
but at the
But
same time, sometimes
but
I
let me
don't.
even tell you that man, he or woman in this case, but I believe it's a man more. He's probably saying to himself, "Man, I don't know how I got her. I know
Probably.
if I didn't have this money, if I wasn't talking to her about my deepest, darkest feelings, like I can't believe
But
I have her."
but let me kind of, and it's related to this. We make assumptions that the most important or valuable thing in a lot of relationships for people to receive and to give is their physical attractiveness, right?
Yeah.
But I would argue that there are many couples where that isn't the primary thing or the most valued or cherished gift that the other
true.
partner can give to the other. Sometimes it is emotional support, sometimes an understanding, sometimes it is clear and fluid and effective communication,
Yeah.
right? You'd be surprised how many good-looking dudes out there don't know how to talk and interact with their women, right? And so you get a quote unquote regular looking dude, right, who on the surface of it shouldn't be with this really bad girl, right? But she's like, this is the first dude I've dated in 10 years that I can sit on the couch on a Sunday and watch a movie and we can just vibe out.
And talk about anything.
Right.
Any and
Dick
everything.
ain't the best. He ain't the cutest.
Yeah.
But he
can
gives
hold
me
a
everything else. He's
conversation.
reliable.
Yeah.
He don't cheat on me. We can talk. And that is way more valuable than the dude that's
physical.
handsome that all the other girls want. who
No,
doesn't
no,
have
I
anything to
agree.
him, you know?
The emotional can definitely lead if you're lacking, if that's something that you've always lacked. I definitely agree with that. I definitely
And then
agree
I,
with that.
I also kind of want to point out with that's one of the reasons, like some people don't like it, but I personally I love it. The 5 love languages, like I
Yeah.
love
No, you
it.
got to live by those. You got to
I
live by
should
those.
read that.
The issue though
Yeah.
is that I think this is kind of problematic, the way that most people talk about how you should use the 5 love languages when you take the quiz or whatever the case is. They assume that your primary love language is it. Like that's that.
Mm.
So
You need.
if my
I would say
primary
the top
love
2 to 3.
language, no, actually, they all are our love language. And when you
Yeah, but
take,
it's a certain different levels though, for sure.
I'm getting it. Let me
Okay.
tell you, when you
Talk to
take
me.
the test, and it's something that I would challenge you guys, and I would encourage everybody to do. Take the test. I would say maybe every 3 to 6 months, and you will be surprised that your love language will change.
Mm.
Maybe not all the time. And the reason that it changes, not because your primary love language is not necessarily the thing that you need the most, it's the thing that you're actually missing most.
Isn't that
For
the same
example,
thing? If
so
you're missing something, wouldn't that be constituted as a need?
Yeah.
not necessarily,
I agree with
because
her.
we
I'm trying
all
to figure out how to explain it.
because we all need love. We all need to feel connected, right? Which handles
I
the
actually agree with you.
we
I s-
all need every once in a while to feel appreciated. So a gift can do that. We all need quality
She's right.
time. So all
Yes,
five
Yeah,
are
yes.
but
It's but what you're
I
lacking.
but I also understand. I get all that,
Yeah.
but if, at the end of the day, if I'm identifying on in any type of assessment, and that this is my largest gap, and that means that I am prioritizing, or it's of some importance to me, that is constituted as a gaping need that or I wouldn't even have placed it in that category.
No, what
But
she's
the
saying
gaping
is
need isn't necessarily the most important thing to you.
if
right.
I'm highlighting it, it has to
I
mean
think
something.
what
No, if
she's
you're
saying is,
highlighting
though,
and identifying are two different things. Identifying is making aware that this is a gap.
Exactly.
Right? That doesn't mean that gap and the thing that fills that gap is the most important thing to you with regards to that situation.
I have an example. If
I'm
you're
probably
in a
gonna I
relationship,
disagree, but
what if
I
I'm
hear
in a
what you're saying.
relationship and I'm being fed, my primary love language is physical touch, and I'm being overwhelmed with it. I get so much of it, but I get nothing else. I may
Right.
be lacking on words of affirmation, things that I never get from her. So now if you ask me right now, my primary love language is words of affirmation
words
because
of
I've been getting
Exactly.
more than enough of the physical touch. So I get what you're saying as far as there needs to be a balance of them all.
guess
I
we'll
don't
disagree.
agree that all of them are needed because I never really care about gifts. Now, I won't lie and say gifts don't make me happy. Y'all know that they do. But my point is I never equate that with my happiness. I'm never thinking, man, if you don't give me a gift, I don't feel loved. I need to
You
feel
see,
that,
Right,
you know,
But the
that's never
gift,
going to be the case.
and this is why I say that they're all primary at some point, because I'm that way too. I would rather buy a gift because I hate shopping. I'm one of them girls. Ray, I know. I hate shopping, but I love to shop for my significant other and the people that
Yeah.
I love. because I love the way it makes me feel to put a smile on their face. I love the way so
Hey, boo.
it's selfish, you know what I mean? So for me, having a gift, that's also showing appreciation. You know what I mean? So it's like that's an expression of love. That's an expression of I see you. And a lot of the times, a lot of we focus on like the mental, the physical, da da da. A lot of women is so basic. They just want to know that they are seen by their
Yeah.
men.
Yeah,
They
we
just want
seen
to
all
know that
right.
they
Extra
are
pound.
heard by their men.
Yeah.
But on the
We
flip
see.
side, a lot of
Uh,
men also need that too.
yeah.
You
Understood.
know what I mean? So, and
Understood.
a lot of men, when they get a woman who knows how to give that to them, it scares them because they
All right.
feel like she think
You
he's soft.
I think the reason why a lot of
Are you
women
rolling your eyes?
No, I'm
Go ahead.
just man. No, I agree with what you're saying. I was just thinking of a situation, but no, you're right.
I feel like the reason a lot of
Wanna share the
women
clap?
lead with sex and give up the pussy so quickly because it allows them to be seen in a way that there's no guarantee otherwise. And I believe they do this to bring a man in. We've talked about this in the past. Women have sex with a man to get closer to him, and a man, you know what I mean, vice versa for the man. So I do believe that the physical intimacy has been used as a weapon almost to pull a man in, you know?
Oh, there's definitely women who do that. But
Yeah.
can we also stop to also acknowledge that women are a lot more horny than men? That women are a lot more
Boy,
sexual
be careful
than
with your
men.
words.
I don't know if I agree
Well,
with that.
Be
true.
careful with your words.
This
No,
is
I'm
the
just
thing,
saying that then why do
right?
so many women not voice that? They don't really live that out.
Because of the reputation or the quote unquote connotation that it makes them seem easy. It makes it think about it. If you meet a woman, right? Because a woman, the minute a woman say, look at Lori Harvey.
Yeah.
You
She was
understand?
thotting it up though.
She's doing exact. Thank you. She's a thought. Why is she a thought?
No,
She's
she
doing
ain't a
exactly
thought.
what
She was
men do
thotting
all
it
the
up.
time. She probably not even sleeping with a lot of these men.
Boy,
I don't know about that.
But do you see your reaction though? Your initial reaction when you see a woman who is serial dating or a woman
Oh,
who's
I don't
dating
get mad at that.
multiple men at the same. It's not about being mad.
Yeah.
It's not about being
Listen.
mad. But let's be realistic though. If this is a woman within your community, within your reach, within your environment that you may have even had an eye on, and you see her moving like that, automatically she loses points in your mind.
Not really.
Automatically.
What she is now off the table. Now I'll give you that, but I don't look
Meaning
at
she
her
loses
and
points.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, but I look. She's off the table because I don't like to share pussy. I mean that I'm not wrong for that.
But why
But I'm
we
not judging her because
Yeah,
of that. That doesn't bother me,
that's
you know, at
exactly what
all.
you're doing.
No, I'm not judging her at all
You
because
just
I've
devalued
lived that
her
life
based
as
on
well.
the fact that she's dating around a lot. You literally just devalued her without even having a conversation.
Well, maybe I'm misunderstanding because if she's currently dating five niggas at the same time,
The
I
assumption is
kind of
that
don't
she's
want to be the sixth.
Well, let us refocus like right back to
Okay.
because I want to make sure we kind of get through like a lot of this because we got a lot to be talking specifically about intimacy.
I just want to talk about. Let's get to the physical intimacy part. What forms of physical intimacy stand out to you the most?
for me.
Yeah, I mean anyone can answer.
Oh, I love a gentle touch. I
Okay.
love it's you can express and say so much just by the way you touch a person, like holding hand. I love PDA.
What about a choke? What about a choke? A gentle choke.
It doesn't necessarily have to be gentle. It depends on the situation.
Hey, I'm
Put a
not mad
smile
at
on
that.
this man.
Not mad at that.
Depends on the situation. I'm just saying. I don't
when you
like
put that finger under the crease in the booty, Jen.
listen. I don't.
Okay.
That's an intimate touch.
That's
to you, huh?
is that
But
intimate
that is
at
not
all?
an intimate touch, bruh.
If
Nobody
you're
else better be
if
doing
you're
it.
nice about it,
I'm doing
it can be. But now, see, we can get into this because a lot of men shy away from that as far as prostate milking is concerned.
Dog, we are not going down
Prostate
No,
milking.
we are gonna go there.
Prostate milking. How do you milk? You mean? I mean, please just explain
But
this.
You're
the G spot is in your anus, so therefore, you're heightened. If you want to have like a heightened sexual experience,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mine might
She
be.
said,
Mine
yeah.
might go undiscovered forever. And I'm and sex is great, so I can't even imagine it being any better than that. If I'm to be honest.
It's a lot better.
To be honest with you, for me, I think
What do you think about milking?
No, I'm not talking about that piece. But
Yay or nay? Have you been milked?
no,
before?
I don't think I've ever been milked.
You don't think you have, or you know you
I'm
have?
probably sure that I'm not.
Not a little.
Sure.
I'm doing all that for you so you can keep jumping all over it. But but going back to your question, Jesus,
What kind of physical intimacy?
Yeah, I think there's nothing better than a very passionate crescendo of kissing. You know the
Crescendo?
one. Yeah, you starting off
fancy.
So soft.
bougie.
Well, don't do me like that. But you
You
know
are,
what you're
though.
talking
And you
about.
come up a little aggressive.
You come
start
up a little
getting-
Hey,
aggressive.
that's the same nigga with his initials on his glass.
Oh god
But he
damn.
got mad we called him bougie though.
But at the end of the
I
day,
did just notice that.
you start with the biting and the nibbling, and then you stick in
Yeah.
your throat, you stick
Your
in your
throat.
Yeah,
tongue,
tongue. Okay.
so far down her throat you could take off her shoes. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
I'm
nasty.
like,
That's what the food
Can I
is.
say a lot of men do not know how to kiss?
well,
I heard that. I heard
there's a lot of
chick
men.
told me that. Yeah.
because people just trying to get to the fucking. That's the absence of the
Yeah.
intimacy.
You know, there are a lot
which
of
is why we're
women that
having this
don't know how to
episode.
kiss either, though.
Big
There are a lot of women that don't know how to kiss.
And that's why I said starting off with touch. Because what a lot of people don't do is invest time into foreplay.
Mhm.
Touching.
Do you think you can teach somebody how to kiss?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you could teach someone. I mean,
Some people are
you ever
horrible
had a
learners.
chick- you ever had a chick come up to you, D, with the goldfish looking like this?
No.
I don't do that.
But I've had some
but I'm
that
just saying,
that gave too much tongue.
automatically that this shit ain't gonna
I
go
look,
down well.
I look at how her lips are shaped way before that happens because I
Yeah.
know. Cause
Oh,
I,
you do it all based on shape?
I got to see what kind of mouth movement she make.
Yeah.
Well, how
Yeah,
you know the mouth shape?
Kissing, you have to be
I'll kiss
compatible
everybody.
when it comes to kissing.
I know you don't
You're
kiss
not
everyone.
compatible
But
with
when I
everyone
kiss, though,
kiss wise.
I'm trying to understand
Yeah.
your
that guy.
your identifiable research on you just saying, man, her mouth ain't shaped a certain way.
Now,
can't
some
know until you
people's
kiss.
lips they just look nasty.
Some
Like,
people just don't,
can't
some
even be
people
nice
just
about
don't
it.
want to kiss.
Yeah.
I can't explain it.
You just can't. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you.
Some people just don't know how to, and I don't know that you can teach everyone. I think I'm very good at adapting on the fly when it comes to kissing and my adapting my style.
But if you have to adapt, is it really good though?
No, it really isn't.
it's not.
It really isn't.
It's not.
It's only really good if you both have the same kissing style, and that's just the facts. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think
facts
so.
on
But I can't take any else, so I adapt.
Listen,
I
I
disagree.
know you're opinionated, but you can't shake me on that one right there. Facts on
I
facts on
disagree,
that.
and I'll tell you why I disagree. Because there are some people like you. A lot of times, you don't know you don't like something until you actually try it.
No,
You understand?
I know I don't want to be milked.
I know I don't want to
don't
get
need it.
fucked in my ass, and I don't
Yeah,
have to
so
try that.
I ain't gotta try it.
I
gotta
disagree
try.
with you. You should have came with a better one than
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Don't fall on that
But
sword.
I wasn't even talking about that. I was still thinking about
Literally.
it. But I wasn't even talking about. I was literally just talking about kissing.
I know you're talking about
Yeah,
kissing.
yeah,
And to be honest with you, I will agree with her on the fact that sometimes just through general exploration, you learn that you might like something that you didn't know you liked before, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what you're hoping for with every girl you deal with, so she'll take the dick in the ass.
that is
No, seriously, that's what you're hoping for: sexual openness and like,
and vulnerability.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're hoping for something, yeah,
Those two things are the recipe of the
success,
opening.
yeah.
You know my code name for you? The Corruptor. That's what I call you to myself. I know what you do. I know what you do.
You know an intimate moment that I find beautiful,
What?
and tell me if you guys agree. And maybe you could even talk to this brown sugar because you're a woman. The unveiling, like when a woman takes her bra off for the, you know, and you're about to get it for the first time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the first time you see the titties face to
yeah,
face. Like
yeah.
that's a special moment.
I'm more about when she take her pants off.
Yeah,
Yeah, I see that ass.
man, it's something
I
about taking that
personally
bra
think
off.
it's sexy when a man undresses a woman.
Yeah, they
Facts.
like to. Yeah,
I
I'm not
think-
good
I
at
think-
taking
Or
the bra off.
inefficient.
Yeah.
You know?
But the
I
way
think-
they wearing their jeans so tight these days, boy, that
In
could, I'm
got-
telling you,
They got
that
to
could
lay
turn-
down.
Dog, that could turn into
Yeah.
a horrible situation.
Yeah.
Come on, girl, come on.
Yeah, it's a bad look.
God
It's
damn
a
it,
bad
you
look.
taking too long.
That button pop off, take
Yeah.
one of your eyes out.
I'm trying to tell you.
Now you get to park close to the store.
But
And
no,
that
but
special handicap.
Daz, you got to tell us what's intimate to you physically. Like what can she do?
The most intimate thing for me physically is kissing.
Kissing. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't think there's like, and we've had this conversation on plenty of other podcasts. I think fucking is less intimate than kissing is.
It is.
Absolutely.
It is.
So I appreciate that because there's people that will argue that, and I do not understand it.
Me
Let me
either.
tell you something. A man will fuck 12 bitches and only kiss one.
Yeah.
Most men
Yeah.
will, yeah.
A lot of men
he-
are like
Yeah.
that.
If one.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
So for me, it's kissing. And it's like, I have to have like a compatible kisser. Let me tell you
Yeah.
something. Everything can be going great. And if you can't kiss,
Yeah.
I start to reevaluate if this is where I need to be.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
No, it's
because
true.
Quickly, huh?
It's
It's
so
true.
it's so
It's a deal breaker.
It's so important because I just answered the question that that's the most important thing
Yeah.
to me. So if you're not good at the most important thing to me, you can be shitty at you can be shitty at 3 other things that aren't as important to me. But you can't be shitty
At
at the
this.
most important thing to me.
Yeah.
I don't like a lot of saliva.
Yeah.
I don't
Exactly.
No,
Don't-
not too much tongue.
don't
Right.
bite my lip too hard.
Yeah.
You know what I
It
mean?
can't be a bite.
Yeah.
I don't even want to bite
little
it.
nibble.
You
I
want
like
Yeah,
a little
nibble.
nibble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. Like
Or
a little
a hard
bit.
suck almost.
A hard
Ooh,
suck.
this is
That's-
the
I like a hard
Yeah.
suck. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, don't
men.
we all?
I think men miss
Facts on facts on
opportunities
facts.
sometimes in kissing because a lot of women. It's like pay attention to the erogenous zones. Like pay attention
Yeah.
to her ear. Do you know how sexy it is?
Yeah, but sometimes hoes don't be cleaning their ear out right. You know what I'm saying? I can't take that risk sometimes.
Same earring for 3 days. Earlobe
No,
dirty as
seriously.
hell.
Like
Can't even nibble
everybody
on.
doesn't clean
Got
their
the,
ears
got
out.
the green back on there.
Yeah, sometimes
Oh.
the chick don't clean their ears. I can't take that risk.
Look like they got gangrene.
You know what I
Ladies.
found out though, and you tell me, please, brown sugar. I found that women love when you hold their hand, when you reach for their hand, and
Shit,
especially
I'm gonna
in
be out of,
public.
I'm gonna be out of a lot of relationships then.
Yeah.
That's why I
not my
said to
forte.
me,
I ain't with that.
You
That's
ain't
why I
with that?
said-
Come here. Give me some on that one. We won't hold them.
Hey, I'm the sensitive one. Finally, this might be the first and last
you don't want
time.
to hold hands in public.
Yeah, I like to hold
I'm
hands.
not. I'm not really
hold
with
hand
it.
guy.
I'll hold a back pocket. You know what I'm saying? Before
And
I
it
hold a
doesn't,
hand.
and it doesn't mean a lot to me, but I know how much it means to them. So I just like to do it.
You know,
and,
you're a good
not
man and a
saying
saint.
all
yeah, I like to
the
mind
time.
fuck. You know what I mean? It's,
Yeah, like I don't think because sometimes it could be. I think like the little things like do so much for intimacy. So
it
much.
shows possession
The,
too.
the majority of the
Mm.
conversations that I have with clients or even friends, it's the little things that we mess up on
I
that
guess.
mean so much
You-
that creates that
I guess.
no,
It
it
just-
is.
But you
And it
listen, at the end
doesn't
of the day, that means you just got to be with somebody who like the same little things you do.
Yeah.
So my thing is, if a little thing for you is holding hands and I don't like holding hands, then
We
we don't
can't
like
be
the
together.
same little thing.
And
So,
you
like,
know what's crazy?
that's it.
I
It's like,
wonder.
say that.
I
But see,
wonder,
I'm
can relationships work when it comes to that? Because you would think that's
Absolutely.
an easy compromise, right? But
It can
that
still
may
work.
mean something
People always revert back to the fucking mean.
of exactly.
So
They're going to be
people
who
gonna
they are.
They're
Yeah.
going to be who they fucking are. So they can put up the front for you while they're dating or until they marry you or whatever the fuck it is.
It's
and
gonna
then
come
they're
out.
going to be who they are.
And she's
And
going to
my-
resent you if you don't
A
do
lot
it.
of
1,000%.
Yeah.
relationships
My
that
thing-
fail don't fail for major stuff. It fails because of little small things.
No,
But
that-
this is
it
something
doesn't.
small,
it fails,
though.
It fails because people aren't themselves.
Yeah.
Right. The bottom line is this: you have to be who you are.
And say that shit up front.
And that's what it is.
That's it.
Like, I don't fake the funk. You ain't nobody that ever been with me gonna say, "Oh, why you stop holding my hands?" Because I never did.
Yeah.
I don't like that. And here's my thing: it's not even
all?
about the It's not even about the female, specific female.
Yeah.
It's just-
I've never liked holding anybody's
Period,
hands.
period.
I remember being a kid and my mom making me hold her hand.
Yeah.
And
He was like, take
No,
that
that's
baby.
where
I'm
it comes from.
traumatized,
That's
dog.
where it comes from. I remember
I'm
that
thinking
feeling
older
too.
shit, dog.
But
Like,
see,
bring-
we had to hold our siblings' hands because
Oh,
there was
see,
3 of
yeah,
us. So it was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, hold your brother's hand. Oh man, hold your sister's hand. God damn, I don't even like
Well,
her.
let me ask you this: if you don't like holding hands, would you at least give an arm?
Or put an arm
Oh,
around
yeah,
her.
absolutely.
That's hard to walk like that for a long
no,
time.
No, no, no. You can. You can
I got 10 I got
but
5 to 10
I
steps.
understand that, but I'm saying, you know, the arm where they just grab. You don't have to do much. You just
Why
keep
are
Like
it
we
doing
walking
this?
down a wedding
We're
night.
not going to the fucking ball.
Yeah.
Nobody fucking walks like this. This ain't a movie or a fucking musical.
Duh.
We're gonna walk and we're gonna get to the place where we're supposed to go. We're gonna have a good time together. I'm
Gee,
gonna
bruh.
kiss you in there because I know you know how to fucking kiss.
Yeah.
I'm
Gee,
gonna rub
bruh.
your back. I'm gonna caress you.
Yeah.
But I'm
Rub
not
on that booty,
walking
too.
like your fucking prom date to the
What
to the
if-
restaurant.
And I'm
not
okay with holding hands, but I'm not with that swinging shit. We not gonna be swinging
Oh, you
like
wanna
we got
swing?
damn 3-year-olds and shit walking down the street. I'm not gonna be swinging. You know what I'm
doing
saying?
too much, man.
You know.
I'm just saying. Like, how old are we right now?
No,
Like,
no, facts.
calm
on
down.
Facts. No, no. I'm
Okay.
not. But you know what? You know another one that's good? Do you guys like, you know, the touching with the clothes on? Like,
Oh, you
before-
lame ass nigga. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying.
You
Like,
over here dry humping and shit. You
Yeah,
always
dog.
I never said
When you
dry
got
What are we-
gray in
what
your
are we,
beard, you can't
13
dry hump
again?
no more.
said dry humping, but
So what is it?
Let's say she grab your dick, like
I do like that on dates.
And
That is a nice thing.
And I'm like, you're just sitting there. You
Yeah,
not like
that's nice
it's not
on
like
dates.
it's pulled out yet, but you like, dang, she's so good at it outside the clothes. I can't
maybe
wait.
maybe you're
You
at
know what?
dinner and she
Take
just
off the
grabs your
clothes.
dick and is like,
You're not good with it.
I don't like to
because
be.
you wear a lot of sweatpants. I
I
only
don't do.
assume.
I do. Listen,
so easy
I do.
access.
I
You
do.
ready?
But I don't like. But I don't like groping like that. I don't like. I like to.
You
grope.
like to grope. You don't like to be
Because I'm gonna tell you
groped.
something.
Boy,
Like,
who hurt you?
listen, you're so stupid. But no, listen.
Wait a minute.
Like when
So
you,
so you don't even like tap on the butt like when you're in public,
What
or
we
you
talking
know,
about?
like
No, he's saying he
don't
likes
like-
to grope, doesn't
But
like
he
to
doesn't
be
like to
groped.
be groped.
tapping on the butt is not
What happened
groping.
if she
either.
tapped you on? What happened if she grabbed
what
your
if she-
ass?
What'd you say?
Hey, what happened if she grabbed your ass and rotated?
And
I'd be
rotate.
like, I don't know what that means.
That's a weird.
Yeah, I don't want anything rotated. But what I would tell you is,
Your tires, maybe.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm like, yo, what you doing?
Yeah.
Like
That shit
I'm
would
not
be
standing
weird
on
to
the
me.
floor, I'm like, bitch,
Yeah.
don't you put your hands on me? Like,
Yeah. Boy, dude. Boy, you
nothing that-
overcompensate there, ain't you?
nothing that aggressive. But I'm
I
just saying,
want
like,
to know.
I don't prefer that.
I
You know
get
what I
it.
mean?
so
So
she could tap you,
what?
Could she tap you on the ass?
tap you on the ass.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
do
She
you
can
know
grab
the
my dick
most?
too. I'm just saying, I don't like that.
I feel like all of that is PDA though.
Yeah.
Like I think sometimes people, because I get it. There's a time and place. Just because a person, especially because I think women are more affectionate in public than men. But a lot of the times it has to do with intention. A lot of women only do that because they want to mark their territory.
They do. They do.
Yeah, I
they
would
do.
go with that.
And men do it out of pureness of heart. Like they're doing it because they're literally enthralled with you and they're caught up in the
I'll
moment.
agree with that.
So can I
And that's
piggyback
what
on
I
that real
want.
quick?
That's what I like.
That's my thing with the whole, like, I'm not a hand holder,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm a straightforward person in relationships because I think that serves everyone well. It could be called mean, right, or direct or blunt, but I'm honest, right?
fine.
Because here's the thing. You never have to guess how you feel. I'm also not a person that gives empty compliments.
Yeah.
So what I mean is, don't ask me if you know you don't like what you got on.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
Don't fucking ask you.
I'm
Don't
not the
ask
one
me.
to ask if you
Right.
look fat in the dress
Right.
or the jeans.
I'm gonna give it to you real.
I'm going to tell you the truth.
Right, but here's the thing though.
You do.
Because I don't overutilize that. I don't send flowers every
meaningful.
Friday for the
Yeah.
sake of sending flowers. When I
think that's
when I
funny,
send something like that, or I
I
give you
agree.
a compliment, I want you to know this motherfucker means
Because
it.
I
he don't
agree.
tell me all
I
the
agree.
fucking time. A motherfucker tell you every day you look so beautiful. You know you don't look beautiful
Yeah.
today. He know you don't either, but he tell you that shit because he's supposed to.
And brown
That's
sugar,
whack.
I don't think it's corny to send flowers, but every fucking
No, I
week you're
mean,
lame
like,
as shit.
every week, I don't-
Yeah,
I'm-
I
like,
think that is
like,
when. Yeah,
I
it's weird.
feel like PDA, even sending gifts, like anything in excess is just like no,
Yeah,
absolutely not. Like if it's because I feel like we teach people how to treat us. You know what I mean? And I for one,
Yeah,
like
each
I'm
one
not
teach one.
like I don't care for flowers,
Yeah.
but guess what? If he sends them, I appreciate it more than anything in the world because I know
They
it was
better not
something
die.
he did
They
for
will.
me out of just being
All right.
thoughtful. You know what I'm saying?
PDA.
Oh, no, I'm gonna take care of them flowers as much as it, and I'm gonna reward him in kind. You know what I'm
Drop my
saying?
petals and put them in the Bible.
Yo,
It's
why'd
not-
your mouth start watering like that, girl?
Yeah.
I see it. Drew just came down. You ready?
God dang. Did I miss it?
No, hey. But no, if I'm to talk about, you talked about PDA. I think that's a beautiful form of intimacy for
It
me.
is. It
And
is.
how I know I really like a girl is when I'm
you
in
start
public
doing it
and
and
I don't
don't
even
care.
see anybody.
Yeah,
it's
the
like we're
world
in a
disappears.
bedroom.
The world
And
disappears.
Yeah, and y'all know me for many years. Y'all know if I'm feeling her,
Oh, yeah.
my hands on her ass, I'm kissing her.
You'll kiss a girl
It's
in the
like you're
club.
not even right there. Oh yeah, make out in the club like we've been together our whole lives.
What did you just say? And like before that, and this is my point, and this is what I agree with. It's not that I'm pro or against PDA. It's exactly what you said. The shit, when it's organic, it happened when the fuck it's supposed to
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
It doesn't have to be programmed.
not intentional.
You don't do it because
Yeah.
you've been conditioned to think that, hey, every time I get a girlfriend, I must do these
Yeah.
things.
You're
You got to
inspired.
read the fucking room.
Yeah.
Read the vibe that's going on, and the vibe is like, yo, caress her and kiss her neck. That's what the vibe is. If the
Facts.
vibe is like push her and joke around with her with your homie because y'all just vibing
Yeah.
right now, then that's
You
the
strong
vibe.
though,
But
but I wouldn't.
read the
yeah.
fucking room.
You know,
what I mean?
another form of intimacy that I love, and I want us to keep speaking to what we love because help the women understand men. Period. Sexual innuendo is a beautiful form of intimacy for
Dog,
me.
I love that. And
Like
I love that.
when we
also
can
in
talk about
texting.
sex
Yeah.
without talking about sex, it's
Yup.
just something that it does that just
Oh,
gets
yeah.
you ready for later.
yeah, right.
And then when we meet, we don't have to talk. We fucking. You know what I'm saying? We there already.
Like, can
you know?
I kind of add to that because one of the things like clients who are either in long-term relationships or married or what have you,
Facts.
Yeah.
that's something that I encourage. I'm like, this is the thing. Sometimes you don't like everybody think when they hear foreplay, they think, oh, it got to be when we see each other. No,
Kissing and eating pussy and shit. No.
that is
Okay.
not it. It's like
Yeah.
you can start like this is why a lot of these men who ain't about nothing
Yeah.
send those good morning texts
Yeah.
because that good morning text, that good afternoon text, that good night text, it does something to a woman. It's
Little
like
showing
you
that you're
understand what
thinking
I'm
about them.
saying?
Yeah.
Some of them.
That good old
Yeah.
cut and paste.
It doesn't.
Not the
It
cut
doesn't
and
work
paste.
for. Yeah. It doesn't work forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were the third one he sent it
Like
to.
that, if you're
Facts,
doing
yeah.
it excessively, if every single morning,
Yeah. Consistently.
then it loses its value.
Yeah.
You understand? But
You gotta
every
hit him
once
with
in
it
a
every
while,
once in a while. Mhm.
every
You
once
only
in a while,
want him for you to have a good morning every once in a while.
Yeah,
The rest of them
yeah.
be fucked up.
Yeah, but
Mondays and
every once in a
Fridays.
while, I'm not saying I don't have to tell you good morning. I
Yeah.
could wake up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and feel spicy and just send you a picture.
Yeah.
that's
And you-
intimate.
That's
right
what
there.
I. Yeah.
Oh, I
and
like
you-
those.
And remember when
When you,
Paul
when
said
you
that.
when you wake up with the one, when you
Yeah.
just wake up with the one. Oh yeah.
Paul said that
I
once
love-
that she sends her man a nude every day, and I thought that was the most intimate
Every
thing
day
I've
might
heard.
be too much.
Not
Shit
every day
me.
is too much.
Shit me.
Every day is
It's
too
too
much
much.
for me because
Yeah,
it's
if it
like
look
it's kind of
good,
like eating rice
I
every
forgot
day.
where I'm at. in
Eating
my-
chicken
yeah.
every day, like nah. I want to be surprised, like surprise
You're
me.
right. You're
I
right.
want to be in a,
Twice
matter
a
of fact,
week.
I want to be in a
How am I
meeting.
supposed
I
to
want to
be
be in a
on a Friday?
serious
You didn't know what's going on.
meeting
Yeah,
at work
yeah.
and get
I
a
agree.
random buzz, and I
Yeah.
sneak my phone and I see a oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that
That's
just
beautiful.
made my day.
Like you on a plane or something, and people watching over the back to see some titties on.
Listen,
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
Oh
on
yeah.
I've been on the
Yeah.
bus and I get like a little and I'll
Mm-hmm.
a little
Yeah.
and sometimes it doesn't even have to be anything crazy. It could just be like a little cleavage shot, a little, just
You
just
need to pull it down a little more
She was
for
close.
cleavage,
She
but
was
you were
close.
close to the
She was
cleavage.
close. She was
Yeah.
close.
Okay.
anything that is.
But you are right
just-
though. That type of tease, that type of setup, it really is a beautiful form of intimacy. Yeah, it really is.
What about?
Now
What
I have
about?
a question
What?
for you guys.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What are your thoughts on first dates?
In regards to what exactly though?
From an intimacy standpoint.
Yeah, like let's say it's a girl that you've been feeling for a while, y'all. It's someone that's familiar to you, not somebody that you just met off the fly, but somebody that may have been in your circle. You had your eye on her for a while, so you kind of familiar, but now you're getting to know her personally. You're getting to the one-on-one, but you never had like a one-on-one date. What do you think? Like, what would your first date look like?
I would
Because
just play.
a lot of women, we know what a lot of women want. But for a man, what's the ideal
We
first
about to
date?
tell you.
Oh, what a man would want.
Oh, what a man wanted a date.
See, I think for the first date, most men are programmed to think about what will make the woman happy. I've never had a first date. I take that back because I actually have. But I don't typically have first dates where it's all about me. You know what I mean? The first date, you typically make it all about the woman, how you can please her, how you can show her a good time. I'm not saying you bend over backwards or anything like that, but you're asking her what type of cuisine does she like and things of that nature. You're not really thinking about yourself.
Yeah. What do you think, D?
First date?
No, I pretty much agree with Jeezy. I keep it neutral, right? Like I think I've said this before on the podcast. I'm a big proponent of like conversation, right? Because I think I'm a conversationalist, and I think we all are, and I think you can find out. I'm good at asking questions, probing questions that get people open up, and once you can turn that key a little bit, where that bitch go.
You in there.
And now they just sharing. Yo,
Yeah,
that's the
that
date,
works for you,
That's
yeah.
the date that's 3 hours long.
Yeah.
And you enjoyed it.
You didn't even feel like
You
it was
didn't
3
feel
hours long. If we sit here on
You
ceremony,
talk about that one a lot. You
Yeah.
talk about those situations more.
And
than
that's the key. The
What?
second date, you fucking. Like you could. I'm not saying you necessarily are, but when you show
That
a
is
woman
my
that. No, it's the truth though. It's the truth. When you
It
can
is.
get into a woman's heart and her mind and her soul and speak to things that you typically touch on months into knowing her, and you can
And it's
dig
just
below the
accelerated.
surface immediately.
Yeah, that's
man,
crazy.
come on. Once you tap into that, she in her mind, why wait?
because most dudes don't have that skill,
Exactly.
or they don't have the desire
Exactly.
to dig deep.
I
Because
tell
they're just
you-
trying to dig someplace deep.
And I'd
and
say
not-
more it's the skill because every man would desire that ability because he'd use it,
To
to his
his
advantage
advantage, of
one way or another.
Well, that was my point
Yeah.
though. There's no the genuineness of the questioning and the insight
Yeah.
isn't there, right? And I
Yeah.
think women who are in tune with themselves can pick up if a nigga's probing for shit he can use, or if he's asking you about shit that there's no way he could possibly use this to get you in a little does she know.
Be ready, beware, ladies.
Don't do it.
I'm hesitant to say it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't save him.
Don't do it.
Okay,
No,
we ain't
do
gonna
it.
save him today.
Don't do
We ain't
it.
gonna say it.
What I will say for me, like I actually will do a date that it's on something that I like what I'm passionate about.
Facts. Yeah.
Because if you can fuck with that, then
Then
I'm
we
gonna,
can be.
then I'm gonna give you everything you want.
Yeah.
I'll take
Man, everything we want. Hold on, you
know.
took it too far, too fast. Relax,
I'm
bro.
just saying.
Hey, that's a true statement.
No, it isn't.
It's a true statement.
Doug, if you can fuck with that, then
Okay,
yes.
but
Now we can think
now I
about.
can think about
Now we're
whatever the fuck you're
compatible.
talking
Now,
about. Yeah. But that means what?
That's gent, though.
But
everything you want.
It's a pretest for me. But to be honest with you, so I'll take a chick to a cigar lounge. If she come and say, "Why do you like this smoke?" I'll be like, "Well,
Smells
bitch,
like ass.
this is the last time
You
we're
like
here,
ass too?
and this is the last
like
time
ass
we
too?
gonna
He
fuck
does.
with you."
Cigars and that.
It doesn't taste. It
kinda
doesn't
like
taste or smell like
I
that.
said smell, but you wouldn't taste. But go ahead.
I'm saying devil's
There's no coincidence there.
That was a Freudian slip, but I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna own that bitch. I'm gonna own that bitch.
Nom 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 nom.
No, but I think
Fucking hate
I
y'all.
just want to state this, and you tell me if you disagree, Brown Sugar. Or I guess maybe the fellas would. I believe physical intimacy is the most important form of intimacy to a man, and I think initially that's how we are brought in, and then the emotional becomes a deciding factor. But I think initially we have to sense that physical intimacy, and we have to know that is going to be set and in place before we can begin to explore the emotional intimacy. Would you disagree?
I would only agree simply because, unfortunately, it's how men have been programmed. It's what
And
you guys
she the
are
coach,
used
so
to.
I know you want to disagree so badly.
No, I
I know you do.
He said she the coach. So
I
nigga,
want
shut
to
up.
disagree because it should not be that way, and
Yeah.
I feel like that's what
That's the way God made it. Why are we arguing with him? I
No,
mean,
I'm not disagreeing that
Yeah.
that physical is not important and it shouldn't be, not that at all. I just feel like because that has been what we're used to, that has been what and I feel like the few women who recognize the need to speak to a man's mental, to speak to a man's spirit, to speak to a man's emotions, and because we know the physical is coming. You understand what I'm saying?
So question
It is.
about this. So I
I'm
want to
glad
make
you
sure,
know that. I'm glad you know too. That
I want to
physical
make sure I
coming.
understand the question. So are we talking about initially in a relationship, or what's most important? Like, because what I would tell you
What
is,
comes first?
So
Most
I'm
men
trying to
are
be honest here.
physically
I got it. I'm trying to be honest here. I think that.
Well, if you say emotional, you just full of shit.
Well, no, because I'm going to tell you, I've dated women where initially I saw them when I was in college. Your gent hooked me up with a young lady who was.
Was she not physically? Was the physical not there
Here's
first?
the thing.
She
Here's what I'm
was
going to tell you.
fine. Don't do it like that.
She was attractive, but no one that I would have ever sought
Okay,
out.
just not your typical type.
Not my type.
Yeah.
Right. But her vibe was a fucking one. Her vibe was A1. She was shorter than I typically like, and at that time in college, just different body type, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have went after her. But I talked to her when I realized, when he told me, kind of set everything up. I was like, okay, yeah, word. And we hung out, and I was like, man, like I enjoy spending time with
Yeah.
her. Now, ultimately, I dumped her because she didn't fit my physical phenotype.
But see, that's my
I
point,
gave her a
though.
chance,
You
though.
should have led with the physical. You could have saved yourself
Yeah.
a lot of time.
But-
So you did it backwards, and it fucked you because that's just how men are based.
But do you know
are
that's
set up.
how that's how a lot of men choose women that they're not compatible with.
I know, I did it
Because they
several
focus
times.
so much on the physical, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong
No,
with that.
it is kind of
well,
wrong. You got to look a little deeper before you jump.
Well, but this is the thing. There are some people that they just really they like what they like. Like for me, my preference is a chocolate man.
Yeah.
It's just something so sexy about, like, I love skin tone. Like I just love that. But I don't have
It
the
is,
type.
though.
You like skin
When,
tone too.
when,
D.
when people, when I say I don't have a type, people are like, you don't have a type. I'm like,
You
no.
too.
Opposite D.
You too.
I'm like, if you look at all my exes, physically, they are all different.
Yeah.
But when you look at them personality wise, they're very, very similar. So for
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
I'm a personality based type person. Like I like the dude that's chilling in the back. Like you see a group of friends,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going for the most unassuming one.
Yeah.
That's what's catching my eye.
And my problem is I have talked to every woman in the group. The chick that's in the back acting like she angry and don't even know why she there. I've talked
You
to
just
the
like
life
the
of the
challenge.
No, a
party.
lot of
You
times
know what I
when
mean?
women
Who's on the
do it,
dance floor?
Yeah.
Yeah,
when
but if
women
I
do
had
it,
to
a
choose,
lot of
I
times
want
when
that one
women
on the
do that,
dance floor. You know, the confident one. I
that's
don't like
but
the
a
chicks
lot
who
of
fall
times
back.
when the woman see this is the difference between men and women. A lot of times when you see a group of women, the one that's chilling in the background, she
Yeah.
probably the worst
Oh, she's a
of them
whore.
Oh
all.
yeah,
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 she's a
yeah,
whore.
yeah, yeah.
Probably
That's
the
facts.
worst of them
Yeah,
all.
she's
She
a whore.
just know how to
And
play
and
the
we
game.
we might be okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why you
I
hear
approve.
it's the quiet ones. It's always the
Yeah.
quiet ones, right? So I mean,
Because
I
I'm
tell
the
you,
loud one in my group.
Yeah.
I'm the one like we walking in the
and you
club,
the
the
prude,
party,
huh?
the situation. Listen,
Yeah, I don't like you. You the one talking about why you over here? We having a good time by ourselves.
Yeah.
absolutely not. I'm the one dancing on you in front of your girl, your wife, your mother, your sister, your
Goddamn.
You
auntie.
keeping
And
relationships
I'll
tight
be
and you
like,
trust.
I
I'll
I
be like,
appreciate
appreciate
dance,
it.
it.
dance, boo, and I'm
No,
next.
she gonna go home
I'm
that
the one
night
dance
and
with
go to
because
work
this
on
is
you
the
because
thing.
she.
When I go out, I
Well,
want to have fun. I
well,
don't
if it
get
was
dressed
different.
up to impress nobody.
I'm
I'm
good.
walking into space cute, but I'm
Yeah.
coming out ugly as hell.
Oh,
Because you're gonna
okay.
know I had
Yeah.
That's
Facts.
I
I
want my
mean,
woman to say the same thing while having sex with me. Walks
Just
in there real cute, and when she
ooh,
done, she looks like a fucking vagabond.
Yeah, that's facts on that.
All right, well,
man.
just to wrap it up, the importance of physical intimacy in a sexual relationship is everything. The emotional matters, and that's what's going to keep it going. But you really want to find a way to connect on an intimate level, and that's going to heighten the sex. And
That's
I just
facts.
want to reiterate that before we go. You know,
D, final thoughts?
hey man, be true to yourself, right? Intimacy is not something, and I think Brown Sugar said it. It's not a one size fits all, right? Like
Yeah.
you have to be true to yourself. Don't be who you think people want you to be. Don't be who you were raised to be. Be who you are. And I think if you're true to yourself and you allow yourself to live, you allow yourself to love and experience things, I think what's important to you will reveal itself. And if you're true to those things, you'll find happiness eventually.
you said something real quick. Intimacy is what you say it is, and that's what I got from that. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's facts. I think what I got from this is, man, if you're aware at least of all of these components and you at least dip into these buckets, you're just going to have a much more intimate relationship. So if I do a little bit of the mental, if I do a little bit of the spiritual, if I sit here and do a little bit of the physical, and I really touch,
Do a lot of the physical.
yeah, a lot of the physical, and then I also tap into
And
that
double
emotion.
the emotional.
Double the emotion. Oh, you just saying that for the okay.
No, I'm just being the truth. If
no.
you want to keep a girl around,
No, you
her,
got,
your
you gotta
emotions
double
is
down.
how you
gotta
get her.
double
Yeah.
down. But I will say, if you really care about someone or you really want to vibe on that level, you will kind of tap in on all those levels. Like,
Definitely.
yeah, that's facts.
Word.
Yeah.
Well, first and foremost, I want to say thank you to Brown Sugar.
We appreciate
Appreciate
you,
it. Brown sugar.
I
we-
appreciate you guys.
we got your socials up here as well. Hey, she has her coaching on intimacy business going on as well. So if you want a safe place and you want to get into some pure romance consulting, give her a call. We're very happy to have you.
Do you ever go into the bedroom with a couple and help them become intimate, like on hands-on activities?
You
like,
need to ride more.
well,
know
come
what's
on,
crazy?
you can't save a black woman from that.
Well, I have done that before.
Okay.
Not staying for like the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But I am.
But right before you put it
You
in.
saw the initial penetration, though.
No, no.
Okay.
I'm a little
that's what I
bit
thought we were talking
voyeuristic, but I think that like I like creating the ambiance. Like I
Yeah.
like, and sometimes people get scared, think that they got to do so much. Nah, it's like very.
Do you ever
simple.
like instruct her and say, "Now grab his dick and like kiss his neck"? Like, do you go play by play?
I encourage phone sex. Like I've written poems.
No, I'm saying in the moment in a session, like you're hands on, you're face to face. Are you like giving them a step by step what to do in the moment?
I've done that by phone.
Yeah, that's I want that face to face.
I've
Well,
done
you're
that.
such
by
a
phone.
voyeur.
Yeah, I just want her to watch us. Like
Yeah.
she's not gonna jump in. She's
I'm
just
down
gonna.
with it too. I mean,
Encourage. Okay, so I know we're getting ready to wrap up.
Can we
but I
set
feel
those sessions?
One of the things that I would encourage couples to do, if you are open to it, if you're voyeuristic or you're curious about stuff like that, I encourage go to a swing club together.
Yeah. I've been. They're fun.
Facts.
They're fun.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
You can
So
go to a swing club with your partner and not because it's safe. Don't I said club, not party, because there's a difference.
Club. It
Swing
is.
club
It
and
is.
swing club.
You,
A swing
your
club
wife
have
get
rules,
gang banged at a party. Yeah.
You can just literally
Accidentally,
be
of
there
course.
in the moment
With the tequila.
your lady and just enjoy each other. And that's where you kind of learn whether or not this is something that you're into or not. Without
already know I'm into
compromising
it.
your relationship.
Yeah.
I'm already into it.
Words
Yeah.
are awesome.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta make that happen then, huh?
I'm gonna work on it.
You gonna work on
I'm
it?
gonna work
None
on
of us believe you. All right, man. Well, brunch with the boys.
We out here. We love y'all.
Hey, check us on Instagram, man, at Brunch with
You know what to
Boys.
do.
Check us on YouTube, Facebook. We are on TikTok as well. Hey, we appreciate you,
And
Brunches.
find Brown Sugar on IG. She licking her lips a lot, y'all. She ready. Jeez.
I can't.
Girl, you licked your...
Yeah, coffee and brunch. We can have our conversations over coffee and brunch. Ha.